All right, welcome. You comfy?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. I hope you don't mind that I've put my shoes
No, I'm happy.
on the floor.
I'm happy you're looking after our rug. Not many people do. No, joking. Listen, I have to offer you a chocolate. It's customary.
Is it minty?
Do you like mint?
No.
It's minty, isn't it?
Oh, no.
Oh,
I'm so sorry. I'm going to look at it from afar and I'm going to say, that is great branding.
I actually didn't think it was minty as well. But then I found out last episode it was minty. It's really nice. But anyway, welcome to the
thank you so much for that.
No, that's
I really
all right.
appreciate that.
That's all right.
It looks great.
You comfortable there?
Yeah, these are cool. I'm in space right now. I've never been to space, but I'm loving it.
These are old school airplane chairs, I've been told.
Are they actually?
So like the old school small airplanes. If you imagine them.
Where do you get these from then?
These are old pilot chairs. There's like some sofa company that restore old shit.
Cool.
Something like that. But let me do a little intro. People probably wonder what the hell's happening. Guys, welcome to the podcast. If this is going on YouTube, what's happening? We have a special guest today. We have Mia, who is a massive content creator in the golf space right now. So we're colliding worlds right now. If you're listening on iTunes or Spotify, then again, welcome. We have a really cool hour planned, and in this hour, I wanna get your story out there because I've been following you for a little while now. It's probably about a year and a half. I don't want to sound too like kind of crazy stalkery or nothing, but you came up on my profile because the people at home will know that golf is like my thing outside of skipping and business. And I saw you on the course, which was kind of random.
It was so random.
And I was like, I know this girl. I've seen her somewhere. And then I was like, all right, need to drop her a message. And then 2 years later, you're here now. So
in a really cool space that you've created.
Thank you for turning up. No, thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
It means a lot because I know you're busy. And we want to talk about how this all started, what you've been doing, how's it all work for you, how you create content, how to, I guess what I wanted to try and get out of this is really to try and inspire people to say, you know, golf wasn't your thing for like 20 years or like 15 years. You've started it recently and you made your own personal brand out of it. You've got brand deals. You've met cool people. You've traveled the world. And it's inspiring. And I think anyone that's got like a passion or kind of like a real hobby or something like that, and they're in a day job that they hate, you know, this is something that you can kind of get started on the side and hopefully you can share your story. So Mia, again, welcome.
Thanks so much for having me. It's
Listen,
super nice.
No, I appreciate you. I know you're a busy girl, man. Tell me just as a little kickoff, like, where does your story start? So do you have like a really like kind of long backstory of like you wanted to you were inspired to do something for yourself, or was it kind of like you were just going down the usual traditional path of just work, full-time work, and not sure where you were going?
That's me.
That was that you?
My mum is Chinese from Hong Kong.
Yeah.
So it's like, work hard, get your head down, don't talk to anyone but do sports and music and academia and, you know, just be the best.
Yeah.
So that was my childhood.
That
it
was
was really fun.
Were you straight A student?
Yeah, I actually got, I didn't get all A stars for GCSE and I cried.
Oh, really?
I got 8 A stars and 2 A's.
Oh my.
I know, it was pretty devastating.
Were people asking you, what did you get the 2 A's in?
Yes.
Oh, I hate that feeling.
And I was like, I didn't want to, I really tried really hard. So that you can tell what my childhood was.
Your parents are happy though, right? Your mum was happy?
What, that
you got those results? Or was she still like...
Not really much was said, to be honest.
You know, this is the kind of thing with kind of like that culture, right?
Yeah.
I imagine like Asian...
Yours is kind of similar, right?
Similar, yeah. I was going to say Indians, Asians, like when I got my results, I was super gassed. So I got all A's I got a couple of A stars, the rest were A's, and I had 3 B's. And then the first conversation I had with my dad, he was like, what'd you get your B's in? And I was like, you're chief, man. You're just annoying. Yeah.
It's just weird culture, but like, celebrate.
I guess it helps though, in a weird way, in the sense that you don't mess around or you don't kind of like go off the rails early on.
Yeah, I think it makes you a bit of a go-getter and it makes you not like afraid to work hard. Right. Which I think is a super important skill because I would consider social media and working in content as being like an entrepreneur as opposed to what people think it is, where we're just like milling about and making videos.
Yeah, we had a guest previously. We were talking about this as well. Like, there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, right?
So much work.
So much like time, effort, and I bet your mind's always consistently like thinking about things.
I think if I knew how much work it would be, I would have probably considered whether I would go down that route because you lose the whole 9 to 5 thing, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's the thing, you lose a 9 to 5 but then it becomes 24 hours.
Yeah,
I say it's to everyone,
every second of your life and you're living the best life, so what do you want?
So cool. So you've done that, you've grown up, you've been working hard, you got your straight A's, And then what was the next step? Did you kind of like go into university? Was your life kind of mapped out?
Yeah.
What was a career?
I went to uni. I went to Exeter Uni. I studied maths.
Shout
Good
out.
Asian. Woohoo! Mum was so happy at the time. And then I wanted to be an actuary. So working with financial risks and insurance, which sounds really thrilling.
I know that's a hard job as well.
Yeah. That's a lot of work,
I told you right on the phone, like I didn't get accepted to any job interviews for that role, for that type of role.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tough.
I got the interview and they just told me I was too chatty. So I was like, okay.
And now you're sitting here in a podcast talking. You see?
Yeah.
Tell him.
They were right.
Tell him to.
They were right the whole time. No, I wanted to be an actuary, ended up working in tech consulting for Deloitte, was there for like a year. But my attitude was just, I want to move faster and you have to kind of go through the ranks. And I'm not very good at going through ranks. I'm like, I'm ready now. I want to start. Let me learn that. I want to do that. And that's just how I've always been.
What was that, like a kind of grad scheme or?
Yeah, on a grad scheme.
Okay. Did you enjoy it?
I loved it, but also I found it really frustrating because I wanted to move faster than I was allowed to. And that's when I kind of saw startups. I was like, oh yeah, I would love to work for a startup. You know, it's about learning everything, doing a bit of everything. I'm not very good at like sticking to one thing. And I like to learn. And if I'm in a business, I want to know what you're doing and how you're doing that and what you're doing there. So if anything goes wrong, I can help you and support you and we can like be the best. And I just really like, I don't know, just invigorates me. It makes me feel really excited about life and work. And I don't know, it just gets a bit of a thrill. So I actually ended up working for a genetic testing company in product management, working with like developers and designers and building apps and platforms. And I was like, yeah, this is awesome. I love my life. And then COVID happened and I was like, okay, cool. Now I never get to speak to anyone ever again. And I'm like stuck in a house.
And you were just working from home?
Working from home, but working like super hard. So the company ended up pivoting to become like a private COVID testing provider.
Okay.
So we did everyone from like the Premier League, we're doing all the footballers, Matchroom boxing, ECP cricket, like Disney, like everyone. We were doing so many clients and it was really intense.
So you must have been massively busy. Yeah.
And a super small team because obviously no one anticipated COVID to kind of pan out the way it did.
Got you. What was your kind of like outside hobbies at that time when you were working?
I didn't have any.
No, really?
No, because I was working. It was just work. Wake up at like 6 a.m., go to bed at like 2 a.m., like barely sleeping, Monday to Sunday. It was the first job where I genuinely just every day was another day.
No. What about weekends?
No, we didn't have them. We had like meetings on weekends because COVID didn't stop.
Right.
Like COVID was an every day of the week thing. COVID doesn't have a Saturday and a Sunday. Hey guys, no, Saturday and Sunday on COVID. Like it just wasn't a thing. And like anyone who worked in, say, like the medical industry, they would know, like doctors, they didn't get weekends either. I feel like people were either working super hard or you weren't working at all.
Gotcha.
And there was like no middle ground. Do you know what I mean?
What's that like though? Like kind of 7 days, like non-stop. Like what's that like kind of, I don't know, for your own mental health and like were you still just kind of going along with it because you're kind of growing up in that kind of culture where you're just like, this is life, you need to grind and you need to be successful? Do
you know what's really weird is quickly you forget about weekends. I thought I was going to struggle a lot, but then I was like, wait, this is weird. I can't even remember when my last weekend day was. This was like, I don't know, 18 days ago since I had a day off. But I like just didn't think twice because everyone around me was working and we were all working together, and then you just have late night chats and you just get into this really weird mindset. And I'm sure you know this from your business now, that once you change your lifestyle into a certain way, it just becomes routine and it becomes normal and you forget what like chilling or relaxing. It's only when you start talking to other people, they're like, you know, you're working a lot. And you're like, I am?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work, man. Like, so how did you kind of like, from that point, get into where you're at kind of now? Because this is like the really exciting bit, right? So you're working like crazy and it's COVID time. Yeah. Like what was the spark?
So I started golf about 3 years ago. So it was during COVID, which is quite like actually it's a very common time to start because it's one of the only things that you could do. But because I was working so much, I did get that, I need to do something to take my mind off it because I'm like not able to disengage with work at any point in time. And coincidentally, my ex-boyfriend's dad was super into golf and he took me out onto a golf course for the first time the summer just before COVID. And I was like, wow, this is so beautiful. I've never seen like grass so gorgeous. And I mean,
You start seeing the world.
Mm-hmm. And I was just in a golf cart. Like, I didn't even play. I didn't know how to play. I couldn't hit a ball. But I was like, wow, this is so... And the clubhouse, I was like, damn, people eat sandwiches in places like this. This is awesome. I love golf. I didn't even play.
You're so jokes.
Yeah, and I loved it. And then I tried to like go to the range and hit a ball, and it was like so hard. And usually,
so hold on, so you had never hit a ball in your life?
No,
never been like
no
a bit of messing around on the range or like those Top Golf or whatever it is? Nothing.
No, because
until 3 years ago.
We didn't really do. My dad's like not that into sports. My dad's like a big PC gamer.
Oh, is
so
it?
So like computer games is...
Shout out dad, man. That's different.
Yeah, I know.
He
used to try and make me play games every Sunday. And I was like, Dad, I have to do my uni work. I can't commit to every Sunday. He's like, but how can I see my daughter in a virtual world?
If he's watching this, man, you're kind of sick.
Yeah.
You sound kind of cool.
People do think he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He's got he has this kind of mic for his work calls.
Is it?
Yeah.
He's got the setup, yeah?
Yeah.
It does sound cool, man.
Yeah,
Bring it down next time.
Next level.
So he... So
it wasn't kind of the thing we did. I mean, I played a lot of sport when I was growing up, but it was like netball and hockey and athletics. It wasn't golf because that wasn't an option.
But were you sportive in those kind of things? Were you like good at like hockeys and netballs and?
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah. So you're already quite.
Yeah.
So you got the academics, you're on point, and then the sports, you were like.
Yeah.
In the teams.
Good.
You were
I did my music, and my mum was like, "Yeah, this is great. She's checking all the boxes."
You're a proper all-rounder.
Yeah, but that's kind of tough as well because you then don't think you're exceptional at anything. You can be exceptional at everything, but if you haven't got one thing that stands out, you then think you're not good at anything.
That's interesting, man. But can you imagine like the kids that are just not good at anything and then you're there ticking every box? So like, you look at it like that. There's people out there that literally have no skills. It's a shame. It is a shame.
Well, this got pretty sad pretty quick.
No, but I was just trying to big you up, innit? I was trying to be like, I know what you mean though.
Yeah, it's hard. Like everything's relative though. Like whoever you surround yourself with, you know, I could be the worst of people who are all elite, or I could be the best of everyone who's not very good. But it's how you perceive yourself.
Where did you kind of rank in school? Were you kind of like top of the class, first sets, and then girls teams? Yeah. You're that girl.
Yeah, I was that annoying one.
Were you popular?
I wouldn't say necessarily popular. I was like in the popular group, but because my kind of mentality was work hard, just crack on with what you're doing. Socializing probably wasn't my first point of call. I actually had really bad social anxiety. It wasn't.
Oh, right.
Yeah, which made me probably enjoy work more because it was like, just get my head down.
So you didn't like kind of being around big groups or like going out much or?
I just got really nervous. I still get really nervous now, like before I go on a trip. So I travel a lot with my work. I literally cannot eat. I get really sick and it's really frustrating and I can't control it, but I just know it has to happen the day before I travel every single time. I can't watch sad movies. I can't watch like rom-coms because there's probably a bit where they fall out of love and I'll be like in tears weeping.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think that is then? Do you think it's like some kind of nervousness that you might not be perceived well or like it might not work out how you want it to work out? Because you come across, I can imagine you're just super confident and chilled.
Yeah.
And like considering we've only spoken on the phone once, like it felt like I'd known you for quite a long time because you're very open and chilled and very chatty and like bubbly. Is that kind of like, that's obviously natural, but I'm saying like, why would then you think, if I go abroad, like, no, I don't know, what kind of comes into your mind? I can't understand it.
It's people I've never met before. I don't know. I just get this like social anxiety. It's not even like I think they're not going to like me or they are going to like me. I don't know. It's really weird.
I hope you don't feel like that today.
Oh my God, no, I've loved meeting you guys. You didn't
like not eat yesterday, did you?
No, I was actually really excited to meet you because we kind of met each other on the course before.
Oh, that's true.
And we like messaged and it was kind of a bit more like relaxed and chilled. And there's only like a couple of you versus me going into like a full room. Like I was on a shoot the other day. This is so mortifying, but I was on a shoot the other day for Adidas and I was meeting this whole team for the first time. And I felt a bit like, I don't know, I felt like this trophy that was being walked a bit, being like, oh, this is Mia. Oh, this is Mia. Oh, this is Mia. Right. And then I was like too much and water started coming out my eyes. And I was like, this is so annoying because it's so uncontrollable, which is so weird and polar opposite because I sound like really fun and like I love life. And I do, don't get me wrong, but I just have this like weird demon inside, which everyone has their own demons, right?
Yeah.
And that one just happens to be mine.
And did you like, as in, so you can't understand it is the kind of thing? And
but I've had it since I was like young. I used to cry before I go to school every day. I didn't want to go to school just because I didn't want that interaction with people. And I've really had to put myself in situations where I'm meeting new people all the time and, you know, kind of trying to get over it just so that I can be normal.
Right.
And now I'm pretty normal, hopefully.
No, you are. I mean, yeah. No, you're not normal. No, I'm joking. No, I mean, it's surprising to kind of hear that, like, as in the sense that, yeah, I guess everyone does have their sort of demons and they have like things that obviously happen out of their control. But that's like something really surprising, I think, in the sense that like it's just, if you can't pinpoint it. Have you ever like thought about what it could be, or as in like seek help or something like that, or someone mention what it might be? Because you're so cool socially, as in like, and even when I see you online, you can see everyone loves obviously being around you. It's not even that probably that gets to you. It's probably
it's the before bit though. I love being with the people. It's the build up before that is in my body internally. I think I was 10 years old when I said to myself, I was like, Mia, you can't live your life anymore like this. 10 years old. And I used to put quotes all around my room because for me it was like, okay, if I can listen to someone else's perspective on life, then maybe it will change my perspective on life. And I know that change can only come from me. And if I don't change, then nothing will change. I think I probably read a quote at 10 years old, which made me then think like that. But like, it's helped me so much. Like, quotes have been my therapy.
I love quotes. We love a good quote, innit?
What's your favorite quote?
The man with no imagination has no wings. That's Muhammad Ali.
Nice.
Yeah. So
it's cute. That's quite like a sweet one.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's like something that resonates with me. The whole flying thing and wings, and you'll see that around this place. It's everything to do with flying. Now, yeah, I love a good quote. Yeah. I do. When I used to do Instagram captions like 2015, 2016, it's all about like
you're a quote person.
You have a little picture and then you have a little quote. Yeah, I was that guy.
Oh, you were
now
one
it's
of
cringe.
those.
Come on, man, it was banging back in the day. That shit was real. People love that shit. My 15 likes back in the day.
I can say, tell us if you really like that or if you didn't, because
Nah, I know no one likes it anymore. But that is very strange. But like, did you kind of end up crying in front of people? Like at Adidas, or was it kind of like to the side?
That was like I need to go to the bathroom, and then I think the guy I was with was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Just too many people too quickly."
Wow,
I wasn't prepared.
Isn't it mad though? Because like I think a lot of people will, and we'll get to like sharing what you actually do properly as well, and how it works.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, but isn't it strange? Like, as in, a lot of people think that that's the best shit that could ever happen. Oh, being this kind of, here's Mia. Like, they kind of think, you know what? Like, fucking what a life. Like, I wish I could be that person, that influencer or that content creator who's like super popular and gets invited to everywhere. And then you share a story that's like, actually, like when I'm there, I feel like this, you know? It's a kind of like it's
super cool. And you know, one thing that actually made me feel so much better was listening to like Lewis Capaldi and his podcast, and how he still gets nervous going on stage. And he's like saying things like, going from 3,000 people in front of me to 16,000, that's a huge jump. But none of us actually think about that. We're just like, oh, these people are incredible, they're amazing, they're born to show. But actually, they're not. They're humans. They feel exactly the same things as we all do. It just happens that their life leads them to whatever it is that they're ending up
I still get nervous. And we do classes here, or we do sessions, we do meetups. Yeah. So before meetups, I don't eat.
Wow.
So probably similar actually. I probably don't even realize I even do this, but like literally every single meetup I've had abroad or here, it tends to be like I'll have a coffee or something, but just naturally I just don't tend to eat until like well late in the day. Once it's finished, then I'm like, done. Like, as in, now my mind is free.
Is that like an adrenaline thing?
Yeah, I think it's an adrenaline thing. I'm like, sometimes like back in the day, I'll be like, oh, what if no one turns up? Then we get like 90 to 100 people turn up, and then it's like you're in that moment, and you know, all I want is like just to have, I don't know, that time with that person. Like, as in, I'm just thinking, my body just kind of goes into some weird, its own little element. So it's like I kind of forget that I haven't eaten the whole day, that I'm knackered, that I'm probably like dehydrated, and you know, because most of them are outdoors. So we went to New York, it was like baking, and all I was drinking was like Gatorade, like no water.
I love Gatorade.
Gatorade's nice. In America, it tastes so much better. When I get one from here, from like the petrol station, it just fucking just tastes shit.
I'm like, why is it so blue and red and yellow? Like, what do they put in this?
Yeah, so I get what you mean. when I'm around people that I don't know and they're coming to see me and they know everything about me as well, it's kind of like
it's a really strange situation.
It's a strange situation. Yeah, it's amazing in the sense that like someone like follows you in such a way that supports you, and all this you see around us, like you've been saying how like nice it is. Like this doesn't happen without that kind of support and love. So when I'm in there, I'm like, I don't want to disappoint them as well.
I actually had a really weird moment of like realization. So obviously a lot of the stuff I've been doing was in lockdown. By the way, I'm not as massive as you made out at the start.
You're
like, I'm pretty like average, your average golf content creator.
No, but not even it's not in the numericals. You are bigger than numericals anyway as well, but you are big. Like some of the things you've done already. We'll have to talk about all that obviously,
but so basically this one moment where I was like, damn me, you need to change was been lockdown. I was playing in a pro-am. So if you don't know what pro-am is, it's basically in golf, you play with professionals and amateurs in like a round before the actual event takes place. And I was playing one of those, and one of the people I was playing with was Niall Horan. And I obviously assumed every single person there going to watch was there for him. Would I ever think anyone would actually be at this event to watch me? Hell no. I'm just this rogue girl who does like videos on Instagram. And so for me, I was like, right, head down, like tons of screaming girls, of course. Head down, just get through, walk through to the next hole. And I didn't think anything of it. I was like, well done, mate. You did a really good job today. Like, you just powered through. And then I got a DM later from a guy. And it was like, you're so rude. You're so arrogant. I called your name and you didn't even look up at me. And I was like...
Was that a joke or was he being serious?
No, for real. And you know what? And he's like, unfollow. And I was like... I actually read that and I was like, he's so right.
Oh my gosh.
Because I did do that. I had my head down and I looked I was just so shy. And I was like... You know what? It does come across as rude, but I'd never thought about that. But it really helped change my perspective from, you know what? These celebrities have got their head down. It's not that they're trying to be rude. They're probably like either shy, introverted, or just like trying to get on with their life. But actually, if you just put your head up and smile and just act like you're friends with everyone, it just comes across much better. But you don't think that in the moment.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't even heard the sound of someone calling your name. Or did you? Yeah, you wouldn't have, right?
But Mia sounds like Bia sounds like Hia. Like, I have so many common words that rhyme with my name, you know?
And you're probably obviously thinking, like, no one may say your name in that moment as well.
Yeah, no, not
like you
at all.
said,
I'm not used to it.
Well, look at you getting more recognised than a man like Niall on the course.
One person.
So tell us when you're in lockdown now. So you've gone for this like this round, or you're in the car and you were...
Yeah, so that was just before lockdown that happened. And then, so it's kind of a weird story. So I wanted to start playing golf because I thought it was going to be my new thing. I thought it was really hard. But then when things are hard, I always think, well, not as many people are good. Therefore, I could be one of the best.
I like that thinking.
Bit messed up.
It's smart.
Yeah, but then I went to buy some golf shoes because I saw all the signs. It's like, golf shoes, must wear your golf shoes, take off your golf shoes. So I thought you had to wear golf shoes to play golf. Like, I thought it was a prerequisite. But I really struggled to find golf shoes in any of the pro shops in England. It only sold stuff for men. Yeah. And I was like, wow, this is so hard. Like, I'm literally living in the 21st century and I can't buy some golf shoes to start a sport. So I went to like one of the UK's biggest retailers at the time, and they'd actually pulled all of women's and all of juniors from all their stores across the country. So you could not go into a store and buy anything.
Right.
And so I ended up getting in touch with the CEO of the company, had a few meetings.
Oh, wait, hold on. How did you... Can't just jump like, oh, yeah, I just chatting to the CEO. Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait, how did you even get to that point? Considering you're not playing golf, have you got a social media presence at all at this stage?
No, just like my, normal account.
So you're just like, yo, what's up, CEO? Like,
yeah, well, it was a lot of LinkedIn stalking. I went through a few PAs. Like, it wasn't as easy as I'm making it out. I don't know. I have strong core values, and fairness is one of mine. Okay. And I just felt like I wasn't the only woman who wanted to start a sport and couldn't. And for me, that just feels so wrong because there's so many women, I'm sure, who would want to play golf, but don't even have the opportunity, which therefore means to me there's so much untapped potential in the world, and women could be so much better and be so much further, but we can't because we've been prevented from being able to do that. And it's so important to me that everyone just has a chance, has an opportunity. I don't mind if you don't like it or don't want to do it, but at least have the option,
I'm guessing that message was quite powerful to get to him.
Well, actually, I didn't approach it from that angle per se. I approached it from more of a business angle because he's a CEO. And I was like, if you're a CEO, what do you care about? You care about money.
Mm-hmm.
You care about your income, your revenue. And your social media, I went on it, it was only men. You're not marketing to women. You don't inspire me to want to buy anything. I'm never going to buy anything even from your online store because I have literally nothing to look at or see or be sold. So I went through like a few quick wins and I spoke to him about a few longer term strategies, all in like an email. It wasn't just like I'm a consultant, you know?
Yeah.
This is like my bread and butter back in the day.
That is wicked. He must have been like, who the hell is this girl? Like, giving me all this like golden information. Like,
yeah, I think, I don't know, it just like popped into my head. So I just wrote it down. But I also thought like, if I was a CEO, why am I going to listen to this person who's just complaining? Like, no one really wants to speak to someone who's complaining.
It's quality. If I got a message from like, let's say a lady or someone that thought I wasn't catering to something, like, yeah, we would definitely listen as well.
Yeah.
And if it's written the right way, right? So it's
constructive and it's helpful and it's not just like, oh, you're rubbish. You know, what's the help in that?
No, good for you. So what did he say? So he just kind of back and forth?
had a phone call meeting and chatted about a few things. And then I went to Japan and I saw golf in Japan and it was unbelievable. Like the stores were incredible, like literally half and half, men and women. The coolest stuff I'd ever seen. And I was like, damn, why do we not have this in England? Are we that far behind? Yes, we are. But I then met with him face to face and he was like, Mia, you should start an Instagram account. And I was like, no, like too cringy. And I like being behind my laptop. That was my dream. Like if you read my school books from year 2, it's like, what do you want to be when you're older? I was like, I want to be working on a computer. Like that was my goal. And it was just really out of my comfort zone. Like naturally not born the way I am, like perceived now. Naturally not born confident. Naturally not born extroverted.
Right.
So I had to like train.
Adapted.
Yeah.
Or like moldable in certain situations how you want to be.
Yeah, it's like definitely a spectrum, but I've just had to go more down that end of the spectrum.
Would you say your natural state is like kind of just more just chilled, introvert, kind of a bit quieter, however you want to call it?
That's how I was when I was growing up. So definitely. Way more quiet and just like keep myself to myself, and like that was my happy space. But like I love meeting people, but before I hated meeting people, so it's kind of like a bit of a
just like a 360 like
it's really confusing. You're like, is this me or is that me, or have I been curated to be that, or was I always meant to be this?
Very deep, isn't it? Very deep.
But then it kind of makes you think you can actually kind of mold yourself into whatever you want to be as well. So nothing's final.
I think I'm very similar, to be fair. I was like kind of the more quieter one. Love my sports and stuff. But yeah, as I've got into this more, like it's kind of like I think it's shaped me a lot.
Yeah, I think a lot of people on content start out quite introverted, and you see a lot of the really big ones because all you need is your camera and yourself, and you're not actually talking to anyone. You're just filming yourself.
Yeah, and you can cut your things that you don't like and etc.
Exactly.
So. Okay, so you've got this like ball rolling with this guy.
Yeah.
This obviously you can't. You're not going to mention his name. You're not mentioning his company.
No, but basically, I'm sponsored by another brand who's a competitor, so I shouldn't. I'm just gonna like keep it clean.
Yeah. All right, no, I got you. So they've got this this ball rolling with you. So now you're gonna start an Instagram account. And has he given you the framework and said you should be this golf girl, or did you think of it?
No, he said you should start an Instagram account, and I was kind of like quite adamant no. Then I went home, and a few weeks later I was like thinking about it, and I was like, to be fair, like how am I going to have impact in the industry, and how is he as a brand going to want to work with me if I don't I'm just a random girl who doesn't even play golf, can't even hit a ball. Like I was literally rubbish. I was just the worst kind of person in golf you could possibly be. Like I was nothing. I was even a bad customer. I just came and complained. You know, that's terrible.
Just went to buy your shoes and it's led to this. Just wanted a pair of flipping shoes, man.
Literally, it's so wild.
That's mad.
So then I decided, okay, right, I'm going to start my Instagram account. Maybe I can be like the inspiration that I've been looking for, because I didn't really know anyone online who was like a female golf person who had never played golf before. Everyone was like professional, and I was like, oof, they're way too good. I can't even hit a ball. I'm still doing air shots, you know. And then I was like, well, I need to get good really fast, otherwise I've got no credibility against my name. And then I'm just this girl who's a wannabe golf influencer, which is also like not that cool.
Right.
So I was like, I need to get good fast. But I also want to do my golf clothing. So I kind of started with golf clothing and then practicing indoor drills. And then, I can't remember where I was getting my drills from. Oh, I was just watching like Tiger Woods.
Right.
And copying his swing and being like, if he can do it, then I'm just going to copy.
He's a good person to try and copy, to be fair. He's not bad.
He swings it really fast. So it's really hard to like watch. You have to like really do it in slow mo. But then this company called Skillis got in touch with me, and basically what they are is an online coaching app, and they connected me with a guy out in Malaysia at the time called Stephen Giuliano. So then we used to send videos back and forth with each other, and that was how I started learning my golf. So I learned all my golf online.
Right.
And I was reposting.
I think I used to see some of those. That's the videos I used to see back in the day during lockdown. Yeah.
I was sharing all of my like development videos, which kind of was pretty wild thinking about it, but I wasn't even hitting balls. I was doing like body movements and like going back to like the foundational moves of golf, because he probably saw me and was like, oh my God, this girl actually wants to learn. She's also like a little baby. So she has no bad habits. She has no habits at all.
You must have been the perfect person to train.
Yeah. I was so like malleable, and I was like
proper eager to learn. And
I had the mentality. I feel like in golf, you have to want to learn to be able to get better. Like there's so many people who are like, oh yeah, I want a coach, but they're not in the mindset ready to learn. So then you'll never get.
You're doing this all on the side of your normal day job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Got you.
But I was like really enjoying it.
You're like squeezing it in and just like.
Yeah. Wake up a bit earlier, you know, and on a call, I'd be like practicing my drills or waiting for my coffee. It's like, for me, it was about the little and often to ingrain the body motions into my like swing.
Yeah.
Rather than having to work for like 2-3 hours a day, because that's not how I wanted to approach it. It was like, it needs to just become like a 5-10 minute thing, because I don't have like loads and loads of time.
So were you like at this point like making any kind of income from golf? It was just training with this guy, reposting stuff, building up your brand or your page, and then had the guy that said to you to make a page, had he given you any kind of like, okay, if you do this, we'll do something with you? Or
not really. I kind of like vaguely started working with them, as in they just sent me clothes, but like nothing official. I didn't start earning revenue until like a year and a half.
Wow. Okay.
Into my golf. Yeah, because I didn't have the pressure. I had a full-time job, and I was like, I get my money. This is just my fun. Yeah. This is just like, I don't even know. I didn't have a specific goal apart from I want to get women's clothing into stores across the UK. I want to get women's clothing into stores across the UK. Like that was it.
It's massive what you've done, because I remember during lockdown when me and the missus used to go, and she'd always walk out complaining as well. You know, it'd be like she'd go off on her little adventure. I'd go in or got all these options for me, and then she'd be back about 10 seconds later and be like, "There's nothing." I was like,
and you're like, "Haha, like, yeah, I'm sure there is." You're just being a classic woman, and you go there and you're like, "Hell, there is actually nothing."
Yeah, what? And now why it's even more crazy is like, you're right. Like now you see it. Like now there's so much more, and that's why I think you're super super cool like that, because I think there's other women around the world who obviously built this momentum up, but I think here in the UK, there's not many, right? There's not many kind of golf gals. I don't know. What do you kind of class yourself, by the way? When someone says, "Oh, you're a content creator," I guess you like, but are you a golf girl?
Yeah, I'm a golf girl.
You're a golf girl.
Yeah.
All right, we'll call you golf. I don't want to insult you.
No, I've actually got like a series on YouTube called The Golf Girls. So me and like a couple of other girls, and we just go play. And we
tell me about it yesterday. Yeah. Like, go check it out if you're listening. So so what you've done in that short period of time, now when you go into shops, like even our pro shop at Farley, like they'll have a few bits now, and they would never have had it like back in the day.
I definitely feel like I've influenced brands to think about women stuff more, which is pretty cool to think about it. But like,
it's very cool. Do you actually sit back and think, actually, Mia, you're a boss?
No, we never think about that, do we?
Do you ever just lay there and just be like,
I'm like, man, yeah, you're just so great, girl. You're awesome. I just want to be you when I'm older. No.
No, but you should give yourself a little pat. Give yourself a little pat, though. You should. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's probably so big that it sometimes goes like, I don't know, right over your head. But
you're just like, I could do more.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, you must get that with what you've done. Like you've done so much.
Yeah, I get it. Honestly, but like now when people tell me, I probably still don't do it as much, but I'm telling you now. So I'm passing on that
Dude,
advice
you've got
to
a
you.
shrine. He has a shrine. I've seen it for real.
The rush shrine. Yeah.
He is patting himself on the back every single day.
It is almost weird, isn't it? I don't know why we came up with that idea. I think it was meant to be like different pictures of different things, and it just came out to be like just
pictures of you.
Pictures that I loved. Yeah. We might have to change it up.
Made him self-conscious.
Do you know what we should do? We should take pictures of the guests that come in here, and then
on Polaroids and get them to sign it.
Yeah, we should do it like, you know, like those pizza shops in like New York, and it's like you get all the stars. I think we'll change that shrine to just. We'll keep those pictures somewhere, like, I don't know, somewhere hidden. We'll lock it up. We'll bury them. But no, but honestly, it's amazing. That little feat, like, I know we haven't talked about exactly how you got to this point again, but like, that's insane. So tell me, like, so you're now creating this content. What was the kind of like big break for you in your eyes? Like, was it like a video, something go viral, someone contact you?
I would honestly say I feel like I'm just not really a viral person. I'm like a hard grafter who has to put in the work every single day and is just like trundling along and slowly growing. And that's how it feels. I am not like, I wouldn't say I'm particularly viral. I always strive to be normal. That's all I want to be, is normal. And to be normal, you just be yourself and be real and authentic. And I just want to share what I've learned and help other people, really. Like, that for me is like a core, I don't know, fulfillment thing where I'm helping other people.
Yeah. Did you like, whilst you're making these videos, like, that's actually a good thing, because I say that to people as well. Like, if you're making videos on that kind of belief, like where you're just like not really caring so much about all this attention or trying to go viral, etc., that's when you make your best content, because it comes from like the heart, and it comes from like real passion, and like you're not forcing the issue, and you're not trying to be trendy and all this. Did you like kind of find like on these videos, as comments maybe starting to increase or views, were you thinking like, actually I'm onto something here? So was it like my question is kind of, did you have this plan and think, oh, this, I'm going to execute it, or did you stay natural throughout until you got your first kind of income deal or whatever?
Yeah, it's kind of weird actually. Like, I was so anti working in content because of the like speculation and the way everyone perceives it. And if you say to someone, oh, what do you do? And you're like, oh, I work in content. And they're like, sorry, what?
It's frowned upon, isn't it, when you say that?
Yeah. And so when I left my job, which was like just over a year and a half ago, I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm just on like a sabbatical. Oh yeah, I'm just like having a gap year, just figuring stuff out. Like, I was just so anti saying, I work in content and I make golf videos and I love it. You know, it just felt wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but now I'm confident saying it, but it took me a long time to get there.
So it's really natural then, it seems like, the way you've done everything. Did you like kind of like get someone approach you and was like, this is our plan for you? Or is it like all you? Did you have an agency or anything like that?
I did, and now I do myself because I manage myself, because I love working with the clients. Whenever I've worked with the clients, it's always been like super close relationships. I want to be a part of it. Like, as much as, I'm in front of the camera or whatever, I still get great joy from being behind the scenes.
Right.
And like, Adidas have let me speak to their global design team, and, you know, we've like been like building collections for future seasons, and, you know, actually having a say and an impact. And I just get a lot of fulfillment from doing all the stuff that people don't see. Right. I do think it's important to share what you do so people can like be a part of it. But I don't know, just something about just doing stuff behind the scenes and then coming out as like a beautiful flower is really fulfilling.
No, it's super cool. I think like watching you like grow in this space, I think like you've inspired so many people, I think, to follow. Like I see just so many more
like beginner golf accounts,
girls, like beginner, even guys, to be fair. Like, it's become like a space in itself, right?
Yeah, I think it has. Someone said to me, was like, Mia, you've literally created a beginner golfer trend. And I was like, what are you on about? And they're like, look. And I was like, actually, yeah, there's so many.
There's
That's
loads.
So cool.
It's cool.
I love that.
You've done it in such a unique but like authentic way.
Do you know what my inspo for it was? So I used to watch, see all these gym accounts.
Yeah.
And they were all like, my gym transformation. And I was like, imagine if that happened in golf, because it didn't really exist yet, not to the same extent anyway. Maybe it did, I don't know. So I was like, imagine if we had that in golf, and then we could create communities about people getting better. And I feel like that's kind of happened.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's all down to me. Yeah, sure, I'm probably influenced it a bit, but like I just think that's awesome. Like having a community of people who are all on the same level of their journey. So many lockdown golfers are literally like, oh my God, me, I started at the same time as you.
So many.
Are you a lockdown golfer?
No, yeah, well, do you know what? Like I said, when I talked to you on the phone,
Lockdown lover.
Yeah.
of
I used to
golf.
play. I started, my first golf lesson was when I was 8, or first time I went to golf was when I was about, I want to say about 12. So my uncle in America, who lived in LA, used to just go to the golf range. I now know and understand that feeling of when he was addicted. But like, I never understood it as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But like, he used to just sit there in the living room and like, he'd be swinging his like, I don't know, some golf stick or whatever it is, aid. And then he would take me to a driving range. So he was trying to get his golf swings in. I didn't really like it so much because I was more into football. So I don't know if you've heard this then, like every kind of finished footballer goes into golf and it's like this hidden thing that we all love.
So many
But
footballers
yeah,
golf.
so that's the thing. So like at that age, I was just all football. And I was like, oh, golf's a little bit like, you know, back in those days, it was all considered kind of old man, boring.
Yeah.
And it didn't get cool until Tiger Woods came out for me. And then, yeah, we tried to play with friends. And during lockdown, that was the only thing that was open, like you said. So we used to just go to the range and then we then just got hooked.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like for me, it's like wild to know that you've done this transformation. You've then started to work with very cool brands. So you're with Adidas, which is just sick,
and
TaylorMade as well.
Yeah, which is really cool.
You are a boss. Don't leave me hanging.
Oh goodness.
That's big, man. That is actually big. Should be proud.
Yeah.
Should be proud. And did you kind of make contact with them, or did they make contact with you?
So Adidas made contact with me first through social. I kind of got in touch with Taylor. So when I first started golf, because I genuinely knew nothing about golf. It's not even like I knew a little bit. I knew nothing. I had to Google the best golf club brands,
Right.
like to find out who even existed, and then I had to learn about them. And I was like, who is TaylorMade? You know, like, and then I got in touch with a few of them, kind of like very lightly back in the day, just asking them, oh, what do you do in women's golf? Is there anything I can be a part of or get involved in? Just because I just felt like, I don't know, I wanted to be more involved in making a change.
Got you.
Because I worked with a lot of like the golf fashion brands as well before Adidas came along. Because
were those paid gigs, or were they just sending you stuff and just saying like, you know, you can have a code?
everything I was doing was for free. I
Sick.
built up a lot of good juju, good rapport.
brand cred.
Yeah, just
But I think
by doing stuff for free.
I think you have to do it like that.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to like give
Mm-hmm.
before someone's like, we need you,
Yeah.
you know?
But I had my job, I was earning my salary, and this golf stuff was giving me fulfillment. So I felt like I was ticking off all parts of my little happy life triangle. I didn't need anything.
Yeah.
Like, what did I need?
At this time, were you like kind of struggling with time, like to try and get all this stuff done, editing? Were you like getting in this like little vortex of Instagram? Were you like thinking, shit, this is taking over my life?
It was a good thing. Maybe sleep was the thing that I got less of.
Right.
But like, I was loving it.
You must have loved it when that Adidas message came through, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Were you like how you just are now, just like, yeah, it's cool, man. It's like,
see, I'm
seem
like,
very, like-
I'm not. I don't want to say things happen until they've happened.
Right.
I'm like, oh, look what I've done, rather than look what I'm going to do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Got you.
So
I think I'm a bit more like, look what I'm going to do.
So I actually listened to
and
something.
I'm a do it.
Yeah, see, he's a doer. That's what I like about you.
Yeah, I
you
just
work
like,
hard and do
I'll tell people what I'm going to do only because I know that that's now going to push me to do it, because I've already
right.
put it out there, so I can't fail. I don't.
Yeah, so I listened to someone, maybe I read it, I don't remember, but they said that you get the same endorphins by saying you're going to do something as you do when you have done it. So a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to do this, and they get that rush and like, yeah, as if they've done it. And then they never do it because they've already got that feel-good feeling.
Oh, right. Yeah. I thought you were going to say, yeah, then they're going to go do it. And then they
Yeah, I wish everyone went and did it. Just so you know, you're great, you're awesome, and you can do anything if you do it.
We'll clip that. That's like a little commercial.
Anything is possible.
Yeah. I mean, so they've come to you, TaylorMade have come to you. Now are you thinking, actually, this is like, and now you're going abroad now at this point, I'm guessing? You've done some stuff abroad, you've done these programs.
So I do a lot of presenting as well in golf, like in women's golf, particularly.
Have you been on a TV? Like
I've been on TV.
TV?
Yeah, so hilarious. This is how like much of a novice I am. I'm such a noob. I went on Sky at the Open and I wore
I saw this.
a white sweater and I was like, I look really cool in my white sweater. Got to the studio, the open zone, and they're like, Mia, you can't wear a white sweater. I was like, what do you mean I can't wear a white sweater? Because of the lights. Apparently it's like too bright. And
I got you.
I didn't know that and nobody told me this. So then I had to borrow this boy's extra large Adidas camo like fleece, which made me look like a potato. So I'm there on like live TV looking like an absolute lemon.
That's jokes. Really cool though, man. Sky Sports. How did you feel that day? What was the feeling before going into that day then? Was that like just as bad? Worse?
Yeah. I really struggled.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Because it's just such like I don't know, just...
That's prime time TV.
Like, my brain was not ready for it. Like, my brain was just not there.
But you went out and smashed it?
We went out, smashed it, I don't know, but we did it. We completed it.
Do you have like a kind of like close friendship circle to help you, like, I don't know, get through these moments or support? Like, as in, when you went to Open, for example, that was in Scotland, right?
Yeah, St. Andrews.
Did you go to the 150th one?
Yeah.
Sick. Who won that one? Was that Morikawa?
No, he was the year before.
Oh, this was Cameron.
That was, yeah.
So did you go out with like a little squad or were you like solo mission?
I was on my own.
Really?
Yeah, I do so much on my own. Like I've always just done
Trust,
stuff
give us
on
a
my
shout.
own.
Give us a shout. I'm happy to drive you up. Where you going to go, man?
Yeah, you want to come?
I'll bring my clubs just as long as you get me some range balls.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a lone wolf.
That's sick.
Just like crack on.
That is mental.
It.
I would be taking up some squad. If I'm going to the Open on Sky News, I mean, I'll try and find some people if they're around.
The thing is none of my friends are like mad golf. Like I've got golf friends now, but like I'm trying to get my friends into golf and they hit a few balls, but it's nothing like what I do.
Yeah. Can imagine.
I'm just trying to make some golf friends out here.
That is sick. We're here, man. I'm still putting my name forward, man.
Yeah. They're like, I'm still here.
Really? No, I mean, it must be hard, right? Because you must know so many people. Like, who's like some of the coolest people you've met? Just so people who are into golf kind of know. Like,
Niall Horan, I guess, is a big name.
I mean, that's flipping mad.
I met
cool.
Lewis Capaldi at a golf event too, which is fun. Like tons of rugby players, footballers, actors.
You've done something with Rick Shields before, no?
Rick, yeah. Like I know all the golf YouTubers.
Well, any ones you can mention? Just anyone listening who's a cool person that you've kind of like been on the course with?
Everyone is cool. What, you want a golfer or a non-golfer?
Yeah, like a YouTuber kind of golfer.
Well, if you know golf, then Rick Shields, Peter Finch.
Yeah, all those kind of YouTube guys.
Yeah.
And what about like kind of professionals?
Like I met Tommy Fleetwood, if you know Tommy Fleetwood.
Of course, yeah.
Sergio Garcia.
What's he like in real life, Sergio?
Really nice. Really nice.
Sergio. What a character.
Sergio's super nice.
I can't tell if I like him because he's so weirdly jokes. Like, as in he's just
Tyrrell Hatton, he's an angry golfer.
Yeah.
I know Tyrrell.
Yeah.
DJ.
Mad.
Yeah, but
what's it like being in the... So you're...
Didn't know them, did I?
Yeah, what do you consider yourself in terms of like now with your golf? Are you like still noob? Do you still consider yourself a newbie, or do you like kind of think you're actually like got some skills now?
I think I have gone from level 1 to level 2.
Good.
Yeah.
So
people do say like you can't be a beginner anymore.
Your swing looks good, man. And we're gonna be doing some other little bits and pieces on the sim today. So if you're listening, there will be more content. When you're around these people, what do you kind of feel like? As in, like, when they're so good, like, do you like when you duff a shot, are you like, oh shit? Like,
no, they inspire me. I'm like, I want to be like you. I want to hit like you.
Yeah.
Show me how to be like you. Like, this is awesome. This is sick. Hit another one for me.
I think my hands will be like, I think I'd be shaking a little bit if I was around like some like pro or something.
But you know them, like you know them off, like from TV or from looking on social. Like you know them beforehand. Whereas sometimes, like naivety has been such a benefit to me because I didn't know anything about golf, and so I've had to learn it really fast. And I didn't know who these people were, and I'm like, oh my god, I should know this person. Why don't I know them? Why am I not nervous? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, got you.
But yeah, I just find them so inspiring. I love watching them play. I love analyzing their swing. It's so addictive. You said it's a disease.
It is a disease.
I have the disease too.
I'm changing consistently, man. What's kind of like your kind of next steps in terms of where you take this? Are you going to become like Mia, the kind of personal brand who's kind of got these brand deals, still doing what you're doing, or have you got like a even different kind of outlook on where you want to take this?
Like one thing I have done already that I really enjoyed was my children's book. So I made a children's golf book.
Oh yes, we
which
didn't
I'm
touch on that.
so annoyed I didn't bring for you. I
That's
was
okay.
too busy bringing
We got some
your
other
missus load of clothes.
Yeah, we needed that, man. We'd have put that up here. We'd have been like, yeah, we met the author.
Yeah,
This is,
I should have given. I'll send you one.
So talk to us about that quickly. So that was with AG, right? American Golf, on my line.
No, so basically what happened was I was on a plane and I forgot my headphones. So I thought I'd write a children's book. I was going up to the Women's Open and I was like feeling really inspired in the moment. I wrote it on the notes of my phone and I showed a few people up there and they're like, oh yeah, cool. And I was like,
sick.
Okay, no one's that interested in it. But I'm super interested in it. And I thought it would just be like a really cool thing to be able to do. So I then did a lot of Instagram stalking, found a few illustrators, which was really hard to find because loads of them just said, no, I don't want to draw golf because I don't know golf. And I was like, wow, it's such a niche.
Yeah.
It's such a niche. Then I found a lady who was super willing to give it a go. She's absolutely incredible. Her name's Alexandra Colombo. And she's illustrated 2 of my children's golf books. And then...
So you got 2 golf books?
Yeah, so the first one's not officially been launched, but they're both in physical copies.
Yeah.
And I wanted to basically create something that would kind of inspire both adult and child, so they have morals within the book, but also make it something that's accessible. So, for example, the first one is called Just Don't Give Up. It's about trying to get a ball into a bucket, which you could technically do at home. And it's just about the kids finding it really hard, then eventually doing it and kind of having to go through the motions of the struggle to then get that fulfillment at the end. And I think it applies to not just golf, but to life.
That's very powerful, man. How did this come to your mind? Was it like a kind of like a personal sort of story coming through?
I don't know. If you ever WhatsApp me or something, I have 1 billion. I'll be doing 13 different messages and see, I can't even speak now. But no, if you WhatsApp me, I'm talking about 15 different things all at the same time, and my mind is just boom, 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 boom. And I think in that moment I was just it was I'm gonna write a book. I got this idea and I'm gonna... Maybe I was just struggling with my golf and I just wanted someone to tell me, Mia, just don't give up and keep at it and it's going to be worth it in the end, you know?
That is very, very cool.
Said that to myself plenty of times. Honestly, it's so hard, this golf thing. It's so tricky.
So you're going to be doing more books?
I would love to. I need to get a publisher or something because I'm not at home enough. Otherwise I would just ship them out and do them myself.
Yeah.
You know how much... how difficult it is to have a warehouse.
Shit's pricey out here, boys and girls. But where do you see the brand then? Where do you see Mia? And what is it? What do you class as your kind of brand? Is it Mia Golf? Mia Golf Girl? Mia is it Baker your surname?
Yeah, Mia Baker.
Yeah. What do you like?
I think I'm just Mia Baker. I think I've been figuring out kind of what path I want to go down because at the moment a lot of it is heavily just me as a personality. Especially. Can I
give you an idea, by the way?
Yes, I would love an idea.
I think you should make your own golf range.
Oh, really?
I think Mia Baker just sounds top notch.
You think? Really?
Or just by Mia or something like that. I don't know. I think if you if people knew who you were before they bought it, they'll just they'll keep streaming in because they'll understand that you are one of the founding. I was gonna say founding fathers, founding mothers. Founding father.
I could be a father.
But it's yeah, in today's world, anyone can be anything. But if seriously, it's one of those things. I think this brand, and I'm not trying to link it all up, but this brand is, I think, successful because a lot of the people who buy into our products or buy our stuff, they've seen a video from me on YouTube and they've seen the history and they've seen that actually this is the guy who's brought skipping to life, or he's basically the first ever skipping coach in the world, and this is where now so many people are doing skipping is because of this video, this kind of channel. So if people further down the line, more and more girls get into golf, which is what I'm seeing already
massively.
Yeah, if they were to turn around and be like, this lady here, this young lady here, Mia, she was the one in lockdown who did X, Y, Z, and you've got your range and you've got this British kind of and Asian kind of twang kind of mix and everything else going on. Very powerful.
Yeah, it's so hard, you know, because there's so many things you want to do in the world, but they sometimes come at the expense of something else. So if I was to go down that way, then it would mean I couldn't work with Adidas anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like,
very true.
You have to.
I forgot about little old Adidas. I did.
Little old Adidas. Who are they? No one's ever heard of them before.
But even, I mean, I guess you could do like cross collabs with them as well if they're interested. But
I feel like now is my opportunity to travel, explore, make videos, and do all of that stuff. And then once I start settling down, maybe that's when I start doing things that are more at home and having my own brands and doing that type of thing, because I want to be at home with my babies, you know?
Yeah.
I want to be there.
That's the
and
thing
I want to love them.
when you're a lady, isn't it? Because that's the stuff that's to come, hopefully.
Yeah.
And then it becomes difficult to then do the stuff you're doing now.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have to think about it.
Yeah.
And it's hard. You don't want to give everything up, but, you know, c'est la vie.
I mean, you're in a good place, as in, it seems like what you're doing.
I'm happy.
You're happy. You've gone full time now. How was that jump from going from kind of work to? So you built up this whole career.
Hard.
You ticked all these boxes for your mumsy and everyone else, and like you done really well to get into that career.
I think she had a heart attack.
Yeah. How was it? How was that conversation?
I actually really struggled going full-time job to then full-time this, because I was doing everything at the same time, and then suddenly half of it was gone, and I was like, oh. What do I do with my time?
Yeah, I was the same.
I've got loads of time. Oh, what do I do?
It stresses you out, right?
So stressful. Yeah. You don't know how to like relax, because you never learned to relax because your relaxing was working, and it's super hard. How did you cope?
I documented that day. I remember I turned on the camera and I was like, I'm going to record today's turn of events, because I just woke up and I was like, guys, this is like weird. I've like got no work to go to. It's the first day I'm working, and I was like, I tried to make myself busy for this video because I wanted to be like, you know, I'm like running around doing bare shit. I was like, oh, I'm just going to pack some things. I've got to send it to Amazon. And like, that took me like 20 minutes. Like I made this whole sequence of like, sellotaping this box. And then I just realized, I was like, shit, I need to start making some moves, man. I was like, I've got so much time in my day. It's just about doing as much as I could, like that I wasn't being able to do before. Because when I was working, the excuse was I don't have time.
Yeah,
I haven't got time to edit. I ain't got time to film. So that's when I was like, you know what, fucking put all like, I just went guns blazing, like video after video after editing after editing. And then I went to the gym, came back, I felt good, and then just made myself massively busy.
Yeah,
like
you have to, because no one's telling you.
I can't twiddle. Yeah, if I sat around in those early days, and I mean, even till today, like it's hard for me to sit and do nothing. I either have to be on Instagram doing something, some reposting, or thinking of a video, or thinking of like finding music, or watching golf, or playing golf.
He loves his golf.
I do, man. Trust me, man. I'm addicted, man. That's a big problem.
What do you think has like made you so successful in social?
I'm not a natural with it. Like I just think it's like, and I think it adds to why we're quite different as well. Because it's just I do it for the love. Like as in, I would never have a social media if it wasn't for Rush Athletics. Like I was a kind of like I said, I was a bit more quieter. I would just used to love doing my sports, playing football. I didn't like to share like a lot of things. I had Facebook and stuff. That's because when I was at uni, that's when it came out. That's how old I am, by the way. I was first generation Facebooker.
You thought he was the same age as him. Good Lord. See, head in hand. He legit. He had at least 10 years to me.
Anyway, we won't get mad. We like when I started this, it was like the only reason why I started social media was when I just started doing skipping videos. So I think the reason why it's successful, getting back to it, is just it's very authentic. It's like I had a need to change something about myself. Like I was getting a bit of a rut at work. I wasn't enjoying it, and that skipping brought something new out in me, like something really cool and invigorated me, and I wanted to share that with the world. So that's why that little source of inspiration has always been there for RA. So I think people see that, whereas in a world today where you've got like Reels and TikTok and everyone wants to be someone big, it seems like. So all these new people that come out on new brands and things like that, they don't have that source. They can't steal that story from me. They're inspired to make ropes because ropes are now popular because of the work we've done for the last 7 years. You see? So that's why I think we're successful, is because we didn't get a head start or anything like that. It was so niche. It was so brand new. It was like, I guess, you can call it a head start, but it's not. It's kind of like I had an idea, and it came from a real sense of kind of like, idea. If that makes sense. It wasn't manufactured. It wasn't like, oh, skipping might be big, so let me try and cash in now. It was like, you know what? I just want to make people feel better, and this has made me feel better. So I'm going to teach people how to do it, and I'm going to make them look cool, and I'm going to make them, you know, just have fun in the gym or at home. And it naturally just took on from like that. So
yeah, that's pretty cool. And also, I think it's so important to just have like your niche. You use social media for skipping. Everything else, you don't need to like post or share if you don't want to. But like your thing with skipping, I think these days everyone's like, oh, I'm going to do a bit of this. Oh, look, jump on that bandwagon there. Oh, look, I need to do a bit of that. And then it kind of comes a bit
I think if you
blurred.
stay rooted to your cause, I think you have to adapt. Well, we've had to adapt, like with so many changes with, you know, when I started, it was only 15-second videos on Insta. I don't know, you would have been like 18 or something when that was all going on. Too young for me. You know, that day, those days were different. Like it was like only photos.
Yeah,
photos were Insta,
only photos.
and people didn't really want to get into videos because they didn't want to edit on iMovie. There was no editing software on your phone. There was no apps. So when I came out, like, yeah, I did photos, but I knew my main source was videos. So I had to adapt and like go and learn editing. Then Reels has come out, so you got to learn how to do this and do that. And then, so I think naturally people would evolve, and your brand might evolve as well. Like the golf scene might evolve. The skipping scene has definitely evolved. So
yeah, golf has.
You know, well, yeah. So you'll naturally see that sometimes you might have to bend and flex a little bit, but you have to still stay true to like your core and whatever your vision was, because I think that's what will always separate you from the rest. So, yeah, it's one of those things.
Do you like social media?
Do I like social media?
Yeah.
I do like it. I have to love it. I have to love the fact that social media is what made me.
You don't have to love it.
No, but as in, I love the fact. I love that beauty. Like that's a beautiful side of it. That, you know, we're sitting in a room that's literally created by humans that have never met me, or by people that follow me from like Malaysia, from Australia, from like, and so like, I would never have been able to do this working as an accountant for no reason. You know, like, isn't it happened because of social media, and like it was the biggest advertising driving force, and so I can never knock it. But what I don't like about social media is just like how it fucks with people's minds, and how all these algorithms and all this, like they know how to play on people's minds. So it's not the actual people that I have a problem with. It's more like what these platforms are trying to do, trying to like get us hooked on things that we don't need to be hooked on. And yeah, that's just my only issue with it. So I tend to like now, Saturdays, Sundays is like if I'm not playing golf, but if I am playing golf, it's like I just don't touch my phone. I'll get some golf videos or certain things like that to mess around. If I'm out with family, I'm very like particular on what I post about family, because it's like so many people see like my YouTube channel, and it's not just skipping tutorials. Like I do vlogs, I do behind the scenes. I've shown like how this business was created. So I show quite a lot of me. So that family stuff is like, I want to keep that private, or like I want to keep my relationships private, or this person, that person, like my interaction with certain people, it's like I just want to have for myself.
Yeah.
So I don't really want to pick up my phone. It's like, who am I trying to prove to? Like, oh, I'm like out. I get it. It works. It helps the brand. People love it. They want to see what you're doing. But sometimes I'm a bit more careful that it's just like, if I give everything out there, then there's nothing for me.
Yeah.
And then it becomes like the Truman Show.
Yeah, you can pick and choose though. That's the beauty
that's
as
the thing,
well.
yeah.
Like you are in control.
Yeah. So I do like it. I mean, I'll fire that one back at you as well, because what do you think of it?
I think it's super powerful. I love how it connects people. There's so many people I would genuinely never have crossed paths with had it not been for social media. Like if I walked down the street, people probably wouldn't give me two looks. And now I'm like this golf girl. They're like, oh my God, are you the golf girl? And I'm like, oh, sure.
Must feel cool though.
Yeah, honestly, the craziest thing, I was in Taco Bell in West Hollywood in LA, literally the other day. So wild. A guy came up to me. It's my first ever Taco Bell, and it was
Taco Bell's sick.
Oh, I did not enjoy it that much. It was like lukewarm and not that great. Anyway, sorry, Taco Bell.
They're not listening. No one's listening from Taco Bell.
A guy comes up to me in Taco Bell and is like, oh my God, are you Mia the golf girl? And I was like, wait, this is so random.
Yeah.
I'm like not even in a golf course or anything. I'm in Taco Bell in West Hollywood, not even in my country. And this random person's come up. And
that is mad.
Isn't it?
That's
really crazy.
That's a very weird feeling. Do you sometimes think about like the golf girl situation? I've had this question, and it might come across weird, but do you feel like if you're a golf girl and you're a pretty looking girl, you're going to be winning?
In what sense?
Just winning, just like following. engagement. You can grow quickly. Like, do you think there's a thing there?
Depends on how you dress.
Right. Interesting.
Like, people tell me I'm like a baggy gal. So,
What does that even mean? A baggy? What, as in like the clothes you wear are too baggy for you?
As in like, I just like baggy stuff. I'm like sweaters and just like jackets.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Just so you're a baggy girl. Okay.
I'm just a baggy girl. And granted, like, yeah, you may look a certain way and it may benefit you, but like, I've always tried to focus on getting better at golf and like my passion for golf. And that for me is hopefully a bit more appealing for people than anything else. Because granted, if I'm going to get stick on Instagram, at the start it was always, oh, you're only doing this because you think you're fit, or you just want to be like a golf influencer, or like you're not smart, you just come from a rich family. Like all these things that people assume about you. My parents don't give me a dime for anything I've done. I've always had to work for it for myself, which granted, fair. Like I should have to work for it for myself. I struggled with the way I looked for so long because I'm like mixed race in a British white community. Like it's super hard when people think you look different, but you think you're the same. And I didn't choose my gender. Like I am a female. I wanted to start a sport and no one's letting me. And then everyone's using all those things that you struggle with against you. And there you have to like think, okay, how can I prove myself? That's why it's always work hard, do what I can, make things better for everyone else, and just show who you are from like the rest of you, not just from your looks.
Very powerful.
Yeah.
Is that like most of the hate you kind of get, that kind of stuff? Is like,
I used to. It was always, I don't really get much hate anymore. I get a lot of love and I like that.
That's good.
Yeah, but it was always like, it was just weird stuff. It's like, oh, but you've just got a rich white husband. I'm like,
what's he got to do with it, man?
That's so random.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Or like, oh, but you're on daddy's money. And I'm like, why are you making these assumptions? Where does it even come from?
Yeah, I was just asking that question because I was just thinking like, are we going to see like an influx of ladies who like are gonna, because social media is like that in the gym community and all this sort of stuff. Like, is in it's kind of weird how everything shapes things. Not saying that I think that you're popular because you look good or you're like a girl or anything. I was just very interested, like, just to see where this is going. Like, I'm really interested in how brands are formed and how industries evolve and all this. And it's kind of mad. Like you said, there was no women's collection before, or like there's no women's kind of clothing, and now you've built this in and you've got Adidas and all this kind of stuff. I was just thinking if like you thought that, you know, there's a space for more girls now to do the same, but whether or not they will blow up quicker if like they're seen and perceived as a sexy golf girl. Do you know what I mean? So
basically, the golf industry is full of men. And there is a way that you could become a golf influencer that basically is marketed towards the men. I like to think of my account as marketed more towards women. That men do follow me, and there's obviously more men than women because that is the golf industry. But like I get a lot of dads being like, oh, you're a great inspiration for my daughter. Like that's super fulfilling. Or, oh my God, I've got my girlfriend to follow you. That's super fulfilling. And I try and curate my content so I do have like more like girl orientated stuff, like let's get dressed or whatever. And yeah, the engagement might be lower, but it's not for the men, it's for the women. And then there'll be other stuff like, I just learned how to do a slingshot. This is how you do it. That's for everyone.
Got you.
So you have to like pick and choose your battles, and depends like what do you care about most? You know, I want to be a bit for everyone, but probably a bit more for women because that's where I didn't have like help and support.
Got you. All right. Well, we're going to wrap things up soon.
Yeah, we're chatting for way too long.
Yeah. It's been amazing, honestly. Like it's, I know I could talk to you for a very long time, to be fair. Like it's hard to kind of get your whole story in like just an hour or so. And
we know nothing about Rush.
I mean,
you can come on my podcast.
I was going to say.
He's like waiting for the invite. I'm there too, Mia.
I mean, I don't think your golf people want to care about little old me, but no, it's been really like cool to hear like some of the bits and pieces. And I think we could have gone in longer about like really how much work you've put in, because I imagine there's been so much work behind the scenes to learn how to edit and go out and, you know, collaborate with these people and do like everything that you've been doing. But what we do customary is we don't do it yet, but I'm going to ask you. Normally it's
customary for the first time ever.
It's customary, but it's not. But no, normally it's a quick fire question round, but I'm just going to keep it to one question, all right? It's very cheesy.
Okay.
But
This
no,
quick fire question of one question.
it's only one question, to be fair. What do you think you'd be doing if you weren't doing what you're doing today? So it can't be your old career. Like, what would be like your other kind of dream thing to be doing? Or it could be wacky, it could be crazy. We've had some crazy answers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I was going to say I want to work for Google. So I'm
No,
not allowed
I
to
mean,
do that.
we're thinking like, you've got some money now.
Oh, I've got money.
But you ain't got golf in your life. It never happened. So what would you want to do? Start up, company, whatever. Live on a beach? I don't know.
I'd be like definitely buying houses and doing them up. It's like a little hobby.
I love that answer. That's so you, that answer.
Yeah.
We've had different types of answers, but you're like on it with the business and you're like.
Yeah, my favorite app in the world is Pinterest.
Yeah?
I literally love it. It's a happy app. And every time I go on it, I'm like, ooh, that looks nice. That looks nice.
Do you like save things down?
Yeah. I
And
have
then, like,
so many.
What are you going to do with the saved things then? Are you going to like buy them later on in life or something?
No, Inspo.
I don't know what Pinterest is. I really don't know how people use Pinterest because you go on it and then they don't give you like things where you're supposed to buy them from. Do they give you links?
No, but it's Inspo.
Oh, I got you. And then?
You create anything you want. This is dudes just don't get Pinterest.
We were doing this Pinterest thing like around this building and I was like, I just want to link to this one thing. I'm like, why are you showing me?
That's so simple.
Is it Amazon or where is it? And you're clicking on it and it's like giving you a bigger picture of it. And I'm like, I don't want to see it. Oh, man.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
Who's your favorite golfer, by the way?
My favorite golfer as in
pro golfer, like
person I know or person?
That's just who do you love golfing? Like, is it like who's your inspo? I guess I don't know.
I mean my friends.
Yeah.
So
you could shout out the friends.
Olivia Cowan and Anne Van Dam, you're awesome.
Cool.
I know a lot of the girls on tour, so they're really good friends of mine and super nice to hang out with and chat to. And I think they're awesome at golf and. Yeah, like huge inspo for any females out there.
Good stuff. Are we going to see you on the Pro Tour soon?
I've actually won on the Ladies European Tour.
Have you?
Yeah, it's wild.
Is that the Pro-Am thing?
That was the, it was like 3 pros, 1 amateur in like a team competition, which is on the Ladies European Tour. And I helped them win money. And I was on Sky Sports for doing a really good putt.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to find that. You're going to show me the video.
Crazy.
How far?
Flex.
How far was the putt? How long was it?
It wasn't that far, but it got them into the playoff.
Oh, got you. So it's big.
So it gave them a lot of money, and then they
Wicked.
won the playoff. So we're talking like going from second to first, which is pretty decent.
Pretty big jump, yeah.
Yeah, near like 100k.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Do you see any of that?
No, but I was just there for like support.
Yes, give them that little boost up.
I got a trophy.
Yeah. Listen, we're going to be doing some more things today. Guys, we're going to wrap it up. I mean, like, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Put it there.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you all for listening. Like, this dude's doing really great. Give him some love. Give
this
him
is
some
about you.
pots.
This is about you, Mia. It's about you. Where can people find you?
Make sure to follow the podcast.
Yeah, follow
subscribe.
the podcast. Yeah. What's your channel? What's your links, everything? Where can people find you?
Instagram, Mia Ella X. YouTube, Mia Ella X. TikTok, Mia Ella X with an underscore because someone already stole that. How? I don't know. And then podcast, I've got one called Unsussed because it's meant to be like the opposite of having things sussed out.
Got you. I like that.
Unsussed by Mia
And you got
Baker.
this series, as you say, on YouTube?
Yeah, that's on my YouTube channel, Mia Ella
That's
X
on
Mia Baker. So Golf Girls.
I appreciate you coming down.
Thank you
Could have
so
spoken for
much
ages. I'm just looking at the time now.
How long have we been chatting?
Quite a while, about an hour and 15.
Ooh.
But I think you're, like I said, I think you've made loads of waves. I think anyone listening to this, I know if you're not even into golf, guys, or if you're watching this as well.
We should do like a skipping golf party. And we can get arranged. That would be so fun. We'll get your skippers.
How do we do this? So we get all the skippers together.
And get all the
Get your golf crew
together.
and then what we teach you some some rope moves, and then you can do.
We could do it here because you've got a sim, and we can get some like good people, and then we'll like cross. Guys, if you want to come to like a skipping golf party, let us know.
Come down to Fly City, man. This is the place to be.
That would be fun. Wouldn't
come
it?
to Fly City Golf Club. That's what we named our little sim.
We can do like golf donuts.
There we go. We've got some good plans here. You know that. Golf donuts. We'll get some sick YouTube golfers. Learn some skipping and learn some golf.
Laces can be the skipping ropes. strawberry laces.
I'm trying to follow this. Yeah, maybe.
No.
What is this? The sweets? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking of like shoelaces. I was like,
no, because you need little snacks for everybody.
I like that. Yeah. Okay, we'll have to talk about this. This could be a really good event.
It'll be super fun.
What do you think? Paid event?
Paid? What do you mean?
Paid event? Paid event? Get people to pay?
They can pay like a small fee just to make sure we know that you're coming and don't bail on us.
Yeah, true. Need some insurance if you break my shit.
Yeah, exactly. So just a very small fee, low fee.
All right, I like this idea. But yeah, no, it's nice to kind of collide the worlds because if you haven't tried golf, just get on the range. I promise you, the focus, the enjoyment you can get from just improving slightly every single time you play, it's a very fulfilling feeling. Let me put it that way. I don't know how to explain it otherwise.
And go with friends. I think friends make all the difference. It makes it fun. It makes it enjoyable. That's what gets you in the game. It what keeps you in the game. And it makes enjoy the game. That was really badly said.
No, it made sense. Trust me. If you're someone like who likes golf, enjoys golf, and follows me, like just drop me a line on Insta if you want to get around. If you're local, I'm down, man. I'm gonna start putting in some time to get on the course with some people that I know. Have some fun.
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get around today as well. So anyway, I've been rambling, guys. Appreciate you all. If you're watching, if you're listening, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed it. We're gonna get much more. We're going to see much more.
We can't speak now.
We're going to see much more of Mia. We're going to get her doing some skipping in a second and some sim work. And again, thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to get skipping.
Yeah, I enjoyed this. This podcast was amazing. We could talk for ages. But guys, again, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next video as always. Much love. Thank you for supporting. This is the reason why we have such cool guests like Mia come down here, is because you guys make it happen.
We appreciate you a lot.
We do.
You have no idea how much we appreciate you.
We do, man. Much love. Say bye, Mia.
Bye.
All right. Peace out. Oh, shoot. Mia, I forgot the... Hold on, Mia. Hold on, guys. So we do this. This is the customary thing we always do, right?
Okay. God, how many customary things that you do/don't do?
So, yeah. So what I'm supposed to say at the end of I can't believe I forgot this. This is like the main thing I always gear myself up to do. So Mia,
you're gonna sing a song.
You are an amazing person, incredible human. You were born to fly. That's how I normally say. But it's not normally that cheesy. I just hyped it up a bit more.
Yeah, that was good.
You were born to fly. She was born to fly. So yeah.
Athletics, you're incredible. You've created a fantastic community. You've done amazing work here. Your clothing is impeccable, so soft. You are born to fly. Did I do it right?
It's more you were born to fly. So you are. But you are as nice as present. We're flying.
You are and were born to fly.
Guys, this has been sick. I can't wait to keep recording. We're going to be doing lots more cool stuff, man. Like, listen, I'll see you next time. I can't even talk. Peace out, man. Say bye. Ciao.
Bye.
Peace.
Was the knight in shining armor in your movie? Would put your lips on mine and love the aftertaste now.